Welcome back to an exciting new DVD showcase. And today we are going to be looking at a TV show that I've been wanting a DVD set for the longest time. And that is Dexter's Laboratory, the complete series. Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory, it's such a good show. It's, I'd say, I can't really, it's hard for me to come up with like a top 5 Cartoon Network shows list because like there's so many like really good ones. And Dexter happens to be a one that I really enjoy the most, or at least have a big connection with. Because I always saw it as like a sister show up to the Powerpuff Girls, because like whenever I wasn't watching Powerpuff Girls on Boomerang, Dexter's Laboratory was probably like the second show I watched the most on Boomerang, and like Netflix too, and Cartoon Network reruns, etc. So yeah, I've been wanting this ever since Netflix got rid of Dexter's like a decade ago, and it took a long time, but finally I have an official complete series set of Dexter's Laboratory in my hands for me to showcase. So the slipcover, I'm kind of spoiling a bit. So the slipcover is pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the Adventure Time season sets, where it's like the face of a character, and when you open up the sleeve, it's like an alternate version of the character. Well, you don't get an alternate version of Dexter's face in this set, because the laboratory, you know that's like in blue, is like part of Dexter's glasses, and when you open it up, it reveals artwork of Dexter and Dee Dee and the laboratory in the background. And the back is also different. Usually I just throw away the slip covers, since I feel like they like damage very easily, and like it makes no sense for me, to keep them when the artwork is exactly the same on the case. But for the sake of Dexter's Laboratory, I'm definitely going to keep this one, since at least it has a unique slipcover. And yeah, unfortunately, it has the crappy modern day Warner Brothers complete series cases. I'll explain the disc situation later. It also comes with the like the episode guide or the booklet. Yeah, the one on the Powerpuff Girls set was pretty big, but the one on Dexter's here is pretty small. But yeah, it shows you what disc is on each, or what episode is on each disc. Now, one thing that's really strange is that Dexter's Laboratory actually only has 4 seasons, so why are they saying like seasons 5 and 6? It's kind of a long story, but basically, season 2 had a lot of episodes, more so than the other seasons. So I guess for consistency, they separated season 2 into 3 seasons. So really the first half of season 2 is on the season 2. The middle of season 2 is season 3, and the last episodes of season 2 are seasons 4. And so yeah, so this is a 12-disc set. Here's seasons 1, disc 2. Oh yeah, I forgot, I mixed and matched a bit. This one's a little... this one's upside down, but it says seasons 1, disc 1. You might notice, because... Here, let me rearrange the camera a bit, because I messed up. You might notice that, that the disc art looks blank, but if you actually look closely, it actually shows you like a part of Dexter's lab. So yeah, I have seasons 1 on the original case. The other seasons are on just a generic 10-disc case that I put on, because I'm going to be replacing the case at some point. So yeah, so there's seasons 2, disc 1. Notice that there's slightly different artwork on the back. It's not just a solid color. I know it does kind of look like that on camera and on video, but like in person, if you look closely, it does have different artwork. It's just really hard to see. Seasons 3, seasons 4, seasons 5, and then season 6. Okay, so I'm going to... I know some of you are going to be commenting, asking me questions before even watching the video, because I know there was a lot of people asking questions about like which episodes or specials are included. Yes, it does have the Dexter's Laboratory movie Ego Trip, which is on the very last disc. So that was definitely a really great inclusion, because for a while the only way to watch it officially was on the original VHS that came out in the early 2000s. We never saw like an official release of the movie in like high quality until the Australian DVD set, which came out a few years ago. And so it's great that they actually have it here on the official US set now, because I mean, like, knowing what Warner Brothers did with Ed and Eddie, I expected it not to include Ego Trip since it wasn't on Max or something when it was originally on Max. But I'm really glad they included it. So yeah, so it does have Ego Trip. No, it does not have root removal. I'm considering that Adult Swim got like rid of it like without warning or anything. I can kind of understand why, why it wasn't on the set. And not to mention that it was never part of any like official episodes. It was more of like, something like a bonus segment, that just like came out like very later on. So honestly, I'm not too bummed about not having root removal. It also does not have the Doll for Monkey segment called Barbecue. Now basically, it was an episode. I'm not going to go over like the episode itself. I might save that for a later video. But basically the reason why it's not on the set is because the episode got banned after like releasing, because apparently Marvel Comics and the estate of the guy who created the Silver Surfer, they were not really happy with them parodying the Silver Surfer, where he was the Silver Spooner. I'm not sure if it was just because he was gay or something. I'm not sure, but like for whatever reason, the legal threats that they got from Marvel pretty much prevented the episode from ever re-airing, as well as being on the official US releases. So yeah, so I'm gonna put some of the discs in and we'll see what the menus look like. So here is what the menu for season 1 looks like. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna put every single disc. I'm not going to show off every single disc, since the artwork on each season is exactly the same. So this is disc 1 of season 1. If you were to put in disc 2 of season 1, it has the exact same artwork of Dee Dee and Dexter. But yeah, that's the one thing I never mentioned. Like each season has a different artwork, so it doesn't feel quite as lazy as some of the previous Cartoon Network sets, that came out a few years ago. It's kind of sad that it kind of has that like modern Warner Brothers DVD like icons and everything, since the episodes and languages like don't really have like anything else. It's just like this green, which I think looks nice, fits Dexter's Laboratory, but the green and everything just doesn't really like. I mean, it could have been better, but at least the main menu screen, is decent. All right, so this is season 2, disc 1, and so yeah, so this is what the artwork of season 2 looks like. Honestly, I mean, considering how the languages and considering how the menus for the languages and episodes are all the same, I don't think I have to go over too much in detail. If you want to know what episodes are on each disc, you can go back to the video a bit and pause at the episode guide. So yeah, so here's what the menu for season 3 looks like. It has Dexter and Mandark, and I also like how they change like different. I like how like it's not the same artwork like on the Ed and Foster set. Like they actually have them in a different area of the laboratory. Here's the menu for one of the discs in season 4, which is still season 2, by the way. So here is season 5, and this is the exact artwork of the family, that was shown on the HBO Max, artwork of Dexter, back when Max used to have the show. And I feel like if this set was released alongside Ed and Eddie and Foster's, I'm betting that all of the menus from that set would have looked like this. But I still really liked how this set includes different artwork and settings for each season, which I wasn't really expecting them to do, but I do want to give them credit, for actually doing that for once. So even if they do look like really lazy DVD menus, which very normal for modern Warner Brothers standards, at least they did something, and with these menus, instead of just making it all exactly the same. I do wish it actually tells you what disc, there should have been a corner that says seasons 5 disc 1, since that's the disc I put on, but I digress. Alright, here is the final disc. This is disc 2 of season 6, so this is what the artwork for season 6 looks like. Yeah, it's still kind of a shame that there's no bonus features of any kind. I guess the inclusion of Ego Trip, does sort of count as bonus content, but honestly I kind of don't, since it's already on the episode list. But so that was all of the different menus, or all the different unique menus that each season has. So yeah, let's go on to the pros, the mixed, and the cons, and then the final verdict. Alright, pros and cons for Dexter's Laboratory, the complete series. The first pro would definitely be obvious. You're getting the complete series of Dexter's Laboratory. Even if it doesn't have root removal or barbecue, it doesn't really matter. There are definitely not going to be episodes that are going to be legally released ever again. So when it comes to being called the complete series, I'd say the show is definitely for the most part complete. And I also really like the artwork on the packaging, especially the slipcover and what they did. And oh yeah, the video quality and audio quality. So the audio quality is pretty good. The video quality definitely does not look anything it definitely does not look anything I should be concerned about or anything. I think it looks really good for the kind of show that Dexter was made in, because I know a lot of people were really disappointed that there was no Blu-ray release of Dexter, but this show was made in standard definition, and so the master tapes that that they used for this set is pretty much the exact same ones for when the show aired on TV back in 1996 or 1997. So there's really no issue with the video quality. It's pretty spot on. Subtitles are also included, though whether or not they're 100% accurate to what they're saying, it's kind of debatable. Because I remember in the episode where Dexter becomes old and he looks like their grandpa. I remember there was one scene where he was struggling on the floor trying to get the TV. He's saying TV, 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 and then you see his mom pointing her finger the opposite direction, and then we see Dexter crawling back saying bad, bad, bad. But when I had the captions on, it said bad, 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 but from what I heard, it sounded like he was saying bad, bad, bad. So I'm not sure if this was just a mistake on the captions part, or if he actually says bad. I'm pretty sure he said bad, because if you watch the actual episode, his mom keeps telling him go to bed because he can't stay up late with them to watch the movie. So yeah, so on to the mix side of things, and that would be the presentation, because Warner Brothers DVDs, for a while have been very lacking. Because if you saw some their older sets, like the Powerpuff Girls set, or even the Adventure Time season sets, they have really good menus. and everything, you know, that's like unique to them, and they fit the show really well. But then I don't know when they like when they started, but when they came out with the Ed and Eddie and Foster's Home sets, the menus that weren't the menus for the seasons that weren't previously released were like really basic. It just like they just didn't look quite as nice, and the menus for the episodes and the setups and even the bonus features like were just it had like nothing to do with the show. It was just like a blank gradient background, one solid gradient colored background, and that was just it. Dexter's Laboratory doesn't really quite fix the issue. It does sort of have the same problems, but at least on Dexter it's a lot better because for each season they use like different artwork, like for the main menu and everything, which I really like appreciated that they did that, because otherwise, like if they hadn't have done that, I probably would have put it more into the cons, but I decided I would have a mixed category on some of these items for any of these types of situations. And speaking of cons, my only real con would probably be the fact that it uses the modern Warner Bros. Packaging, where the discs are partially stacked and they're really hard to get off. And oh yeah, and they're not even separate, or they are separate, but it's not connected to the case. Like this piece is like completely separate. So yeah, I feel like they should have went with like a more, they should have went with like these types of cases where you have like one disc on each page. I definitely will have to get a 12 disc. I'll definitely have to get more blank 12 disc DVD cases, so I can give these discs a proper home instead of this, which is just not that good. But other than that, the Dexter's Laboratory Complete Series set is a really good release. Dexter's Laboratory is definitely one of those cartoons that I really like a lot. It's definitely a Cartoon Network favorite of mine. If you have not seen the show, like I definitely highly recommend you watch Dexter's Laboratory for yourself. It's from Genndy Tartakovsky after all, so. And what's great is that this is pretty much, if you wanna actually own Dexter's Laboratory, this is probably your best option yet, because Netflix got rid of the show like a decade ago. Max recently got rid of the show, and Amazon Prime, it was available on Amazon Prime, but they got rid of it too. So if you want to actually own the show, without having to worry about it like going away, get the Complete Series DVD set. You can thank me later, but this is definitely a must-own for anyone who loves Cartoon Network or just Dexter's Laboratory in general. And so yeah, so that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos that I produce. I'll see you real soon. Same DVD time, same DVD channel.